Well, here on Valley Spotlight, you know we have had the opportunity to share so many different restaurants with you over the years, and especially during 2020, when times have been so tumultuous and so different and so interestingly odd. John Miles, the CEO and our good friend here on Valley Spotlight, has made this possible. So from our Valley Spotlight family to the Steelite family, we're very thankful for you.
Thanks very much, Lauren. It's always great to see you.
It's always good to see you too. And you know, this has been a tremendously odd year for you guys and for restaurants all over the world, and you've had to basically be a sounding board for so many of them. How are things looking right now, and what are you most thankful for as we look back over this crazy year?
Well, I mean, first I would say that we're most thankful in that, you know, as a large employer, your first concern, and I know your first concern with your team is safety.
Yep.
Safety of your team. And so, you know, we've got through the year with, you know, a very, very minimal number of cases, none of them severe.
That's good.
And you know, the measures that we took, both statutory and voluntarily, to ensure the safety of our employees has been really effective. And so I think that, you know, as a CEO of a business, that's the first thing.
Yeah.
You know, the second thing is, you know, our end users and how hurt is the only word that I can really use, how hurt they've been. And if you think about restaurants, hotels, coffee shops, all those places, you know, they're really centers for the community.
They are.
You know, that's where we all gather, whether it's for the morning coffee or it's for a drink in the evening or if it's for our kids' birthdays or whatever it is. And, you know, it's really been devastating, you know, across the board for the hospitality industry. And it's been very difficult to watch, very difficult to go through. You know, I think that December through the first quarter is not going to be an easy time in the hospitality industry. You know, as vaccine distribution revs up, you know, I think that there will be an end to this, and I think people will get back to a new normal at some point in time, you know, probably second quarter. But, you know, I think we're in for a tough few months, and I think that, you know, that those end user operators are not only customers for us, you know, they're my friends.
Right.
They're your friends. And it's a hard thing. It's a really, really hard thing.
When you are surrounding yourself with people and like-mindedness and you're trying to get through something that we've never been through before, what words of advice? Because I have a feeling not only do they apply to this industry, but they kind of apply to life in general, and that is the greatest part about sometimes being your friend and having all these great, wonderful minds together that are so creative.
Yeah, I would say that you know, you can't lose sight of trying to do the right thing, even in a really difficult time. And I think for all of us, you know, when you're tangled up in a pandemic and you know, you're trying to run a business and deal with really the unknown every day, you know, it's easy to get lost in all the difficulty that's going on. You know, in the end, you know, my advice to any business owner, whatever industry, is, you know, you've got to be able to reflect on what the right things are to do. And, you know, the right things to do tend to be the right things to do for people.
Right.
You know, if you take really good care of your customers, you take really good care of your employees, and really good care of your distributors, and really good care of your partners, you know, I think that in the end, you know, a lot of things take care of themselves longer term. It's really difficult when you're in the middle of it, you know, to kind of see that clearly. But you know, I've always tried to take a step back and really think about what are the right things to do for the stakeholders in the business and the organization and the stakeholders' broader customers. And, you know, I think that that's led to good decisions.
And
you know, in a really,
new
hard
products
time.
too. You guys have taken, you know, sometimes like we have a lull, but you guys have still been able to create such different things, and they've all happened basically this year.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing that I think, you know, you really have to think about. Just because the pandemic has occurred doesn't mean that the world is not moving on.
Right, and you guys have proven that.
And, so thinking about new products, if you're a restaurant, like so many of my friends have taken this slow, difficult period to redevelop menus and redevelop entrees or appetizers and think about new, exciting things to offer customers. And I think that, listen, if there's not a future, there's nothing to do right now. So I think that you always have to think about, the future, after the pandemic and what it looks like, and you have to be prepared for that. You have to be doing new and innovative things, and you've got to continue to invest in yourself and your business. And I know that you've done that as well.
We have, and some days are harder than others to get out of bed and say, we've got this,
Absolutely.
And that is, I think, the testament to our Valley Spotlight team and the people that have supported us. So on behalf of all of us and the entire restaurant and hospitality industry, we wish you guys the best of luck and a very merry holiday season, the best it can be, right?
Yeah, happy holidays to you, Lauren, and your whole team. And I've had the opportunity to be on Valley Spotlight a few times this year, and for all those great customers and our employees and everyone who's watched, happy holidays to you and your families, and be safe. Thank you.
We'll do an elbow.
There we go.
There we go. All right.